like I'm Tupac, I took a few shots. Got 30 when I flew flam, I had the blue plan. Don't stop till it click, click, switch the whole clip. Lifestyle of a hood myth, born in the hood nut.
What's poppin'? Thank you for tuning in back to Keeping Up with DJoyna. That's me. So basically this whole video is gonna be about my edges completely. A lot of people be probably searching for videos on YouTube about edges and whatnot, and a lot of people from my school that I'm pretty cool with, and they were saying that, oh, you should do a video on your edges and stuff like that because your edges be popping, girl. They be popping. So basically, we're just gonna go over what I use first before I just dive in and what I use on my head. So first, I use Eco Styling. First, I use Eco Styling Gel. I get the red one because it has argan oil in it. Another thing that I use is that I use the Cream of Nature Argan Oil Extra Hold. This baby is right here. Heaven. This is heaven because it's oily based. So I'm gonna show you how it looks. Because you know I really run out of this. I'll be really using this. So see this? This is the product. So basically when you tend to rub it in, it's not alcohol based. So it's oily. So when it's like really rubbed in and used, it turns into like a moisture for your hair. So it's not sticky, if you can see it. It's not. So that's what I use that. And I also use Cantu Shea Butter. Yeah, I said it right. Shea Butter for natural hair, extra hold edges. I use this too. I usually use it for my weaves and for this to kind of slick it down. So this is my whole day worth of edges, but we finna pop them, make them better, and basically how I do it. And then this is my baby. This is gonna be the secret. Boom! The secret's in one bottle. Suave. But basically I use Suave Professional, and it is firm control, so y'all could be thinking I'm not sitting here jawsing. It's on the 4th hold. This girl, this hairspray is bomb. Like, it's bomb. It doesn't dry heck of hard. Like, I didn't have my shares of hairsprays. But this right here, it does not. I repeat, it does not dry, crunchy, and hard. It leaves that, like, soft, woody-woo-wop look. So you're good to go. And then I have my handy-dandy scarf. My handy-dandy black scarf. It's cotton, not silk, because I need the cotton to absorb the product. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over. So don't mind if I'm looking in the mirror, because I need to look in the mirror when I'm doing this. So I'm going to comb them out. So I'm going to comb out my edges. Now y'all see how like reset. So there you have it. I am starting off with no edges. Okay? So y'all didn't see how I start off the video and I start with edges. Don't mind my little edge control thing. So this right here is gonna be, see how that looks? And that's from just the edge control. You see, like, that edge control is bomb. People who say it's not bomb, it is, because it turns to a grease. So people don't really know how to use it. When you put a little bit of that argan oil edge control in there, it serves its purpose as a grease. But if you really like put a lot on there, it will stay. Fun fact, sorry. But this is the edge control brush. You may see them. If you don't have one, you can use a regular brush. It does the same thing. I don't have a toothbrush like that anymore, because when I do people hair, I don't put their brush on my brush. So that's why I bought this for me. So, but you do the same thing with a toothbrush. I just don't have one. I'm sorry, my bad. But once I bought this, I was like, the other one's for hair, for other people's hair in general. So now we're getting into it. So now you see I'm starting off with a whole lot of whatever this is. So first is what I'm gonna do. I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at myself because I can't look at the camera and do this. So I have a widow's peak. So if you see how my hairline goes, it goes in and then it goes out. So my right side is a little bit more thinner than my right. I said it right now. My right side is more thinner than my left, so I have to kind of even it out. So first I'm gonna show y'all my whoopty whoop whoop. Y'all probably like, what is a whoopty whoop whoop? I'm just playing. My middle part, when I get my weaves those edges that I do. So normally it's the middle part from here to here, and I should have 3 swoops over here, 3 swoops over there. Okay. So I split my willow peaks and my willow peak in half. So we're gonna act like I have a middle part. Now this is if you have a widow's peak. If you don't have a widow's peak, now you can see like, oh yeah, I have one. As long as it's not as straight as I want it to be. But it's whatever. So that's how my middle part usually be when it's in my head anyway. Okay, so first I'm gonna just draw out. I'm gonna take out the baby hairs and I just kind of scrape it. These are like less dramatic than usual. So boom. Now if you have adult hairs, you can still do this. It's just more. So then boom. That's one side. So we're gonna do one side at a time. So I'm gonna draw them out. So I don't know if y'all can see me, but I just hold and swoop. Now this is just a sketch. This is not the real thing. This is just a sketch to get your swoops in order before actually doing it. So this is not the finished product. It's gonna look better. So you're gonna hold, so you're gonna pull down, hold, swoop. Now you hold because it makes its own space. Like now, right now, you're looking like really DJ, like really, yeah. No, for real. So then you're gonna do the last one. See, I have extra hair on my sideburn, so I just let that hang. So then again, you're going to basically brush down, hold from the root, swoop up, and that's how you do it. So for those who use gel, you're going to get this much, and people say like this courses up their hair, and I'm going to use the other product on the other side. So just put that on there. I basically just get a little bit on my hands and I go over the hair of I call it my outline. So the outline of the hair. Now, if y'all got edge control, this comes in handy because you can't just use gel. So I'm going to repeat that step. So I'm going to brush down, hold, push back, boom. I'm going to go down, hold, push back, boom. And then this is where the comb comes in. So you see how like some of their hair is like attaching. You want to separate it and push that up. Same thing with this. We're going to go down, swoop, down, hold, swoop. See, so better, down, hold, swoop. Now you hold the front end of it simply because if you don't, like, you're going to pull the placement of that hair. So for you to keep that placement, you have to hold it. So that's what you have to do. So then that's that. So I usually just fix that one more. So then after that, I usually get some edge control. I get about this much. I already got gel on it. And I just use that as a seal. I don't use too much. I don't rub it in. I usually just put it on my head. Like that. I get another one and I just go over it. Now, to make the lines perfect, you get the comb and you go in between that part. So it's gonna take a lot of practice. So you just swoop, and wherever you see there's a non-placement, whatever you see there's a non-placement, you make it perfect with the end. So you just swoop. So now the product is in the hair. You don't have to hold anymore. And then, boom. And boom. So then for me, since I have sideburns, I just get gel, and I just kind of grab what I could grab, and I jelly things down. That's my normal style. So, and then I kind of like merge it together. Like I said, don't mind looking at the different angles, and then just boom. Now my finishing touch with that is what I do is I just hold it and I hairspray. I just hairspray. Make sure you spray a distance away. And then what I do is, this is optional. This is really optional, but what I do is, to make it more uniform, I grab the hair in the front, I get the gel, and I grab the little hairs that I didn't really fully get, and I push them out some, and then I make sure the curve of the line is perfect, so it can all like be laid uniformly. And then my widow's peak, that little bit of hair right there, yep, that little bit of hair, and I just push it in. So just kind of like, you know, make it perfect. So boom, that's one side. Now I'm gonna do the other side. It's not going to hold, it's probably going to hold because I hairspray it, but I usually put my scarf on. So then we're gonna do the other side. So the other side, we're not going to use Equal Styler gel. We are going to use this gel. So like I said, we're gonna reset. And this is for when you have a willow's peak. Ooh, got hair. All right, so for this side, it gets hard because now you have to equal your swoop. You have to have that equal amount of swoop. You just have to. So you're gonna have to try to get that as perfect. So you just make sure that's, let me just comb this back. Okay. So you do what you did before. You brush out that baby hair. Don't mind my hair. My hair be acting a fool because she knows she's gonna get done tomorrow. So she be doing her own thing. So I just kind of just brush out the amount of hair that I want. Now remember, your edges is like your eyebrows. They are sisters. They're not twins. So they're never gonna look alike. You don't want them to look alike. You want them to have the same amount. You want to have, the goal of the hair edge game is to have how many swoops over here, you need to have that many on this side. That's it. If you don't, it's gonna kind of look awkward depending on the type of style you got, but mostly, drop a cone. But mostly, that's practically much of the hair game. So, dang, I got freaking buttery fingers today. So basically, I'm gonna just do what I did with that side. I'm gonna try this for y'all to see. So I'm gonna just map out how my edges are gonna go. Now see, my willow peak on this side is much longer, as you can see. And then I'm gonna just, so this side, I may be able to do 3, but it's gonna be, this one's gonna be thin than this one. So then I have a map of how I want it to look, and then I'm gonna go in. Oh, I'm almost out of this. This go a long way though. I ain't gonna drop it. This goes a long way. So then I get about this much, and I pack it on there. Yeah, they're like, oh, DJ, you pack hella that on there. I do. I pack a lot. And then what I do is, like I said, I hold and I push up. Hold, push up. So, hold, push up. Now, it ain't gonna look as perfect. Like I was telling y'all before. It takes time for it to look perfect. So, and do the same thing with the other one. So, I'm used to doing this, so I don't really need to like use it. So, hopefully y'all able to see this. I'm sorry if I'm doing a bad job. Same thing with this side. Hold, push back, push down, hold. I'm gonna pro at this, so I don't have to hold every time I do this. I don't. Just don't have to. So then I'm gonna go back in with my edge control. I'm gonna pat that sucker on there. Now there's nothing wrong with using heck of edge control, because this edge control turns into an oil. So it's not in your head how you think it is. Now it's okay. One side is gonna not listen to you. Alright? It's fine when one side doesn't listen to you. That's why you gotta keep moving forward. Don't keep focusing on that one edge that ain't listening, because they're supposed to be sisters, not twins. Sisters, not twins. So, whew, shoulder's starting to hurt. So all you gotta do is keep going over that part. So that's all I do. You just go over it. Now you're thinking like, dang, that's heck of edge control. Girl, when you put that scarf on, it ain't gonna be that much. After you put that hairspray on it, it ain't gonna be that much. So you want it thick. You don't want it on there when it's loose. That's what edge control works. It only works when it's thick. If it's like a little bit on there, it ain't nothing but a oily, shimmery thing on your head. It ain't holding nothing. There's nothing wrong with using heck of it. Because I use heck of it. You're just gonna have to buy a lot. So that's pretty much it. Like, boom, 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 and then there you go. So then, like I said, you just gotta have patience and just keep putting edge control where edge control needs to be. So that's the other side. And let me do my, now when I use the, what is this? The Cantu gel, I put edge control on my sideburn, because I feel like it holds better. And they look the same. Like, y'all can really see, oh, I get the same result. One's not better than the other. They like, legit, they look the same. It's just one has more oil-based product to it, the other one doesn't. So with that being said, that's the other side. And you feel free, always, before you put this hairspray on your head, always make sure you satisfied with the result. Because once you put that hairspray on your head, it's over. Like, I'm gonna be so solid with y'all. Once you put that hairspray on, there is no going back. There isn't. Like, there's no going back. So that's just me touching up the video if I could figure out how to. So like I said, you just want to just fix up the little hair that you probably missed. Boom. You want to hairspray that side one more time. Get your scarf. My scarf is long. I usually fold it up. Put it on my head. I usually kind of touch up my sideburns right here. So boom. So then that's what I do. And then I pack it up. I pack up, which means I put all my stuff away, like, and then I just touch up my sideburns, because, you know. So this is the sideburn with the gel. This is the sideburn with the argan oil. So basically, let me kind of like, well. So yeah, basically that's how I do my edges. Honestly, like, I don't do nothing heckin' outrageous. So on my right side, I used Styler Argon Oil Gel and Cream of Nature Argon Oil Edge Control. And then on my left side, I used just Edge Control and the regular Cantu Shea Moisture, gel. So that's practically much it. It doesn't take that much or that long for it to dry. You just kind of just let it sit there and do that. But the benefits of using hairspray for your edges is that it holds it. It holds it all day. If it's raining, it's going to hold. If it's snowing, it's going to hold. You put a hat on your head, you take that hat off, it's going to hold. But always remember, do not hairspray it until you have the desired look of that edge. Because once you spray this on there, it's not a thick type of hold, but it does leave it kind of like you're doing too much. Like you're not going to be able to really just redo your edges. So it's kind of like one of those, once you're done, you're done. There is no going back or any of that sort. So just to like let you guys know, like don't use that unless you're done. And there's nothing wrong with not having the same amount of edges on each side. It's amount of edges, but like amount of swoops. It's okay. Everybody head is shaped, made different. So this is what I use for my hair texture and what I use for my hairline shape. Now, if your hairline is kind of like all round, you could do different ones. You know what I mean? You just gotta do assess, but make sure that you're not just, oh, let me just swoop and just swoop. You don't have mixed people hair unless you're mixed. If you're like me and you don't have mixed people hair, I can't just get some water and just swoop it and boom, there. No, I have to outline of where I want my swoops indicated on where I want them, and then I trace them out, and then I put on a product for there. Do one edge at a time, like you see me. Do one swoop at a time. If you try to do multiple ones at a time, you're doing too much. Period. Like you're doing too much because it's not going to come out as you want it. Now, when you are using Cream of Nature Argan Oil, make sure you pack on it. You see, I was generous with that. I didn't just put a little bit. No, I was generous and I put it on there, and it doesn't look crazy. So that's what I personally do. Now, if you have a side part, of course your edges are going to be different, but it's the same thing. When you have a side part, I just put those three on the side and call it a day. Because on this side of the part where the bang is at, you can't really see your hair. So it's no point in you doing that. So that's all I basically do. I kind of feel that it's not dry. It still has some like moisture to it, but I'm away. So that's what I basically personally do, because I feel like it benefits how I do it, and it works for me. But I feel like it's good to know how to do your edges, because when you do wear weaves and you do start wearing frontals and you do wear closures, the main part of making that hairstyle look as realistic as possible, I feel like to lead back to what I was saying, like when you do start to wear like closures and frontals and all that stuff of that sort, like it matters that your edges are on point, because that's what makes it look real. If you can't do your edges, you're gonna have a hairline that just goes around, and it's gonna still look cute if it's done right, but it ain't gonna look like you got edges. So it's good to know how to do edges in general. Now everybody know how to do edges, and that's why I'm bringing this video, so hopefully y'all learn how to do your edges. So right now it feels dry, like it feels like the hairspray kind of got to it. Tie this scarf. You ain't gotta, and one thing, don't be one, you ain't gotta tie this scarf around your head hecka tight. You just put it on your head. You ain't gotta do too much. You can wrap it in the back. You even gotta wrap it in the front. Just make sure it's tight enough to where it's laying down your hair. That's all. So you will see, if you look, this is the leftover, whatever you see on the cap. I said the cap. The scarf is basically the hairspray. Now this part you want to be really, really gentle, because it sticks to your hair because you use hairspray. Common sense. Not so much, but you want to just go slowly with it. So that leftover stuff, it absorbs the hair, and then there you have it, and that's how it looks. One side. Now if you do this overnight, it comes out better. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But see how, and like if I say, if you're not satisfied, it's nothing wrong with you brushing it out. Like, you know, be gentle, not to take heck of product, because then you will have a lift. And you're looking like this, and people are looking at your head. You don't want to have a lifted edge. Like, you just don't. That's not really cute. But that's basically it. That's how I do my edges. And see, like I said, these three look different from these three. But as long as you got the same amount, see, the same amount on each side, it's cool. Because look at I have 1, 2, 3, and sideburns. Personally, what would I prefer to use better is I like the gel. Because the gel, it dries hard. It has alcohol base in it, so it doesn't give you that room to really have like an oily sensation. And you can spray hairspray oil sheen on it too. I don't have any right now, but if you feel like the freaking, you know, if you feel like the hairspray is gonna dry your edges out, girl, you can really put some olive oil on it, hairspray, and call it a day. Like, you ain't gotta use like hairspray hold. You can use like hair oil sheen this and be just as fine. Just being real. But I personally prefer the Styler Gel because it dries, and I feel like on natural hair, perm hair, it's just more easier. With turn this side. With just the argan oil, it comes out okay, but I feel like since it's like, you know, since it's like more of a, not a really, how can I say it? It's not, it holds, but since it's more oily base, like it's more oily, it doesn't hold as much. So when you hairspray it, it does it wonders. But just me in general, my edges always, this side always come out weaker than this side because I'm right-handed. So, but it doesn't come off where it's like hecka bad. You feel me? It just takes practice, and you just have to like keep real life fooling with it. Like, that's it. But like, if you have your scarf on, like I do mine, if you really care about that look, you feel me? Like, if you really care about, see, all you do is put your scarf on and it holds in this position. If you're the type of person that really care how it really looks in the morning, well, let me rephrase that. If you wear your hair natural like this all the time, I will do this at night, put that on my head, leave it on at night. So basically what I will do at night is I will put this on my head, how I showed y'all. I'll just put it on my head. I'll have this on there, and then I will put my other scarf or my bonnet. Me personally, I wear 3 scarves. I put my edge scarf, I have a scarf to protect my hair, and I have a bonnet to keep it all secured intact, because just in case I get tired and I sleep well. That's me. So if you wear natural hair, it's good to use that. If you don't do natural hair and you wear weave like me, sis, same thing. It's like nothing different. So I hope you guys benefit from what we call my stair steps. They're not, I just call them my middle part edges with my sideburns. So, but you can see one side is shinier than the other. This side is not as shiny as this side. So they all work. If you're a person that's not really into hair, I don't expect you to have this. But I'm telling you, edge control, any edge control, argan oil. All my products are argan oil. So, you know, because it brings moisture to your hair without you even trying. But remember, out of all hairsprays, get this. This is going to be the lifesaver of you holding those curls. Because rather you have kinky hair, you have softer hair, you have 4C hair, it don't matter. You put that hairspray on it, you want to get the shape, you put that hairspray on it, you put your scarf on, and you're done. And depending on the type of, if the more coarse, the more curly the hair is, the longer you got to leave the scarf on. It's just period. Like, you can't, oh, I have hair like this, and it's like my hair is soft. So you can't really do that. So like I usually do that. So I usually don't, you know, really have natural hair, but the way I do it is the same way I do it for my weaves. It's nothing really different. So I just want to say thank you guys all for tuning in, joining my live. I'm a mess. But tuning in to how I do my edges personally. This is the finished product. Now I showed y'all how I did it. And it's on y'all to take my advice or not. But you don't have to use the products I use. I just strongly, highly recommend. What is this on the freaking camera? I just strongly recommend you do use hairspray. Out of everything you take from this video, what will keep your edges and all that hold and sealed for the whole day will be your hairspray. And depending on your hair, and like I said, it's this hairspray. This is the only hairspray I use. I don't use any other hairspray. I don't use spritz. I don't use none of that. I use only Suave Firm Control for hairspray. I don't use any other hairspray, so I don't know. But I use this hairspray because this hairspray, it doesn't dry hard. It's in place, but it's not hard. It's a difference. So the other hairsprays will work just as great, but I don't know if it's gonna leave your hair looking like you got gunk on it, because it don't look like I have gunk on my hair. Like, you can see where it's like it's secure, but it don't look like I have gunk in it. It don't look like I have heck of gel, heck stuff in my hair. No, it don't look like that. So hairspray, do that. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, go into the description box down there and holla at your girl. I'll talk back. So feel free to comment ideas, anything else you want me to do, stuff like that. I am going to have another tutorial. I may make another one after this of how I do my side one, but I feel like this is the most popular one. So we're going to see. Okay. How will Cardi be doing? Okay. So yeah, so basically, thank you so much for watching my video. Sorry, it is like legitly 30 minutes. But thank you. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, like I said before, please feel free to holler at your girl, because I will help you. If you have hair products that you think that I use, that I may. I use a lot of hair products, and I'm going to have my little bougie budget hair products. Because when you start doing hair and as time goes on, you're going to get better hair products. Because it's kind of like, you know what works. Not saying the cheap ones don't work, but they don't work as great. So if you guys want to see that of the hair products that I use that's cheap, that's college friendly, for you just start, or just you just starting out, why is this tilted? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm really having camera technical difficulties. That's crazy. But, my fault. But if you guys want that for like college friendly, or like you're new to certain hairstyles and you don't want to spend $15, $20 on hair, girl, I don't blame you. Who wants to spend that much money and you don't know if you're gonna like the hairstyle, if you're gonna do it again? So I will bring that video to you guys if you guys aren't interested. If you're not, it's a lost cause. If you guys want to see the products I have now, I would do a haul or a review on those. Also, I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, so you will see my weave and how I style it and stuff. This is my first time getting a closure or whatever. So we'll see how it's going to be a journey for both of us. I've never had it before. So, all right, my loves. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and you have a wonderful day. And look out for that other video, because I'm going to do the other side style that I use for my edges. Bye.
Feeling like I'm Tupac, I took a few shots. Got 30 when I